Today we are taking a break from proofs and talking about isosceles and equilateral triangles. Now remember, we learned in the first section, isosceles triangles have two sides that are congruent. And you can see here where it has the theorem. Notice when we have two congruent sides, well, there's a relationship between sides and the angles opposite them in a triangle. And so if you have a triangle with two congruent sides, no matter, what shape it is, these base angles, as it's showing right here, will also be congruent. Anytime you draw a triangle with two congruent sides, the angles opposite them will also be congruent. Similarly, if you know the angles are congruent, then the sides opposite them are congruent. So we're not doing any proofs with this, but we're going to use that information to help solve for missing pieces. Similarly, when we have an equilateral triangle, means all sides are congruent. Well, if all sides are congruent, then all angles are congruent. And if all angles are congruent, then all sides are congruent. Let's look at the angles of an equilateral triangle for a minute. So if I have an equilateral triangle, so this doesn't look perfect. Move it in a little bit. And that looks a little better. So if all these angles are congruent and all three of them add to 180 degrees, what's the measure of each angle here? Well, 180 divided by 3 equal angles gives each of these 60 degrees. So that's something you should know as well. All right, find the value of x. Well, notice these two sides are congruent, which means these two angles are congruent. So x equals 55 degrees. Now here, I'm going to change this problem because this is too easy. Let's make that x. So notice here, if these sides are congruent, that means these base angles are congruent. So this is 36 as well. So 36 plus x has to equal 180. Or in other words, x plus 72 equals 180. Or x equals 108. For this one, this is too easy as well. Let's call this 3x plus 3. So since this is an equilateral triangle, all these angles are congruent, and this one equals 60 as well. So we could write 3x plus 3 equals 60 minus 3. 3x equals 57. X equals 19. Finally, if that's 70, then this is 70 as well, because these sides are congruent. So we have 70 plus x equals 180, or x plus 140 equals 180, minus 140, x equals 40. Here, angle 2 equals 6x plus 6. So instead of angle 2, I'm going to write 6x plus 6. And notice, since they're all congruent, this equals 60 as well. So we can write 6x plus 6 equals 60. 6x equals 54. X equals 9. And finally, if that's 54, that means this is 54 as well. And so, and angle 2 is equal to 7x plus 2. So we know 54 plus 7x plus 2 equals 180. So that's going to be 7x plus 110 equals 180. 7x equals 70. X equals 10. Perfect.